Hi boys and girls, welcome to another Crafternoon. Today we're going to make a really fun and simple craft inspired by the story we read this week, which was The Very Last Castle. And to celebrate the story, which was all about a castle, I'm going to show you how to make your very own castle using different shapes. And behind the castle door, there's going to be a surprise. Let's get started with the craft. To make this craft, you will need construction paper in different colors, and you will need scissors. You can have some colored pencils or crayons, and a glue stick. So you want to decide what you want your background color to be. And if you just have white, you can just use white. I chose light blue, and that's going to be my background for my castle. So I'm just going to put that aside for now. Then you have to decide what color you want your castle to be. And I chose dark blue, but you can choose any color that you'd like. And then I also chose some other colors like yellow, red, and brown for the door, the triangles, and the windows. I'm going to put them aside and we're going to start making the castle. So I chose dark blue. You can use whatever color you'd like. And then you need to cut out a square, and that's going to be the main part of the castle. And you're going to need to cut out two rectangles, which are taller than the square you cut out. And they're going to be the two towers on either side. Okay? So first we're going to take the square that we cut out, and if you'd like, you can cut little indents, little squares out of the top to make it look more like a castle. You can draw them first to make sure that they're even, and then you can just cut them out. So we're cutting out the two sides and then the bottom. Okay, one more. Okay, so that just makes our square look more castle-like. And this is going to be the bottom, and this is the top. And we have our two rectangles, which are going to go on the sides. Okay, so we'll just put the parts of the castle aside for right now. And I also decided to add two yellow windows, so I used some yellow construction paper and I cut out two windows. I'm going to put them aside. I also used some red construction paper to cut out two triangles for the tops of my towers. And I used some brown construction paper to cut out a rounded shape like this for the door of my castle. So we have all our shapes ready to go. And now we need to take our background sheet. So I chose the light blue, and we're going to glue all the pieces on to make our castle. So I'm going to start with the square, and I'm just going to put some glue on the square. You could also use tape if you didn't have the glue stick. Okay, and now I'm going to glue this right in the middle, the bottom of my background. Now we can take our two rectangular towers and we can glue them on. Okay, so one of them is going to go on one side of the square. And the other one's going to go on the other side of the square. Okay, now we're going to take our two triangles and we're going to glue them on top of the towers. And our two yellow circles. And we're also going to add them to the towers. You can also add other decorations to your castle. You can color it in, you can do whatever you'd like. And actually I'm going to draw on some flags on top of my towers using a red colored pencil. So for a flag, you can just draw a line sticking up from the triangle on your tower, and then draw another triangle. Okay, so now my castle has 2 flags on top. And then here comes the fun part. We're going to glue on our door. But before you glue on your door, I'm going to show you on my sample here. You're going to decide, like in the story, nobody in the town knew what was in the castle. So you're going to put a surprise under the door of your castle. And you can see in my sample, I drew a little mouse hiding under the door. And when the door's closed, I also wrote squeak squeak so someone can guess what's under there. And maybe if they heard squeak squeak, they would guess it's a little mouse. And then you can lift up the flap and show them what's in the castle. But you don't have to pick a mouse. You can choose anything you would like. You can draw. So if you want to draw something, see where you're going to put the door, and then draw something so it fits hidden in the drawer, under the door. Or you can pick a sticker if you have a nice sticker at home. What could be behind your castle door? Maybe a monster or another type of animal like a dog or a cat. Whatever you decide, whatever your imagination decides that you want to put in your castle, that's what you're going to put right in this area here. And once you've stuck something on or you've drawn something, then you're going to take your door and you're just going to put some glue on the top. You don't want to put glue all over it because you want to be able to lift it, like a lift a flap. So you can just put some glue right on the top, and then you're going to flip your door over, and you're going to stick it down, but then you're going to be able to lift it up so that you can do a lift the flap, and there's a surprise hiding in your castle. So that's how you make your very own castle, and you can see in my sample here, the lift the flap. I hope you try making this craft at home and that you have fun doing it. Thank you so much for watching.